I pull into my mother's driveway in North Hollywood, the Sunday afternoon sun warming my shoulders through the window. The familiar scent of gardeners from her front yard mingles with something savory drifting from the kitchen. Sunday dinner, a Roman family tradition as predictable as my father's complaints about the Dodgers and my sister's latest scheme to get rich quick. What isn't predictable is the energy humming through the house as I push open the front door. Something's different, my stomach tightens. Octavia. Perfect timing. Mom calls from the dining room, her voice pitched higher than usual. That tone, I've heard it before when she's especially proud of something Nala has done. It never bodes well for me. I follow her voice and freeze in the archway. My parents and Nala crowd around the dining table, hunched over what appear to be marketing materials. Glossy professional flyers spread across the mahogany surface. Dad's reading glasses perch on the end of his nose as he studies one. Nala's manicured finger points to something on another, her face flushed with excitement. Then I catch a glimpse of familiar text on one of the papers. My name, my credentials, something cold slides down my spine. Come look at what your sister has put together, Mom says, waving me over with that smile. The one that says I should be impressed, that I should be supportive, that I should fall in line. I move forward as if in slow motion, muscles locked tight to keep my expression neutral. Years of practice. Mom proudly hands me a flyer, her eyes bright. Isn't it wonderful? Look at the tagline. I read the words, each one landing like a stone in my stomach. Approved by our family's own nutrition expert, Octavia Roman, RDN. My fingers tighten on the glossy paper. My credentials, my license, my years of education and training being used without my knowledge or permission. Nala bounces on her toes, unable to contain herself. It's a meal prep business. Healthy food delivered right to people's doors. I've already got 20 pre-orders from people at my gym. 20, I managed to say, my voice hollow. I'm calling it Nala's Nourish Plan. She continues, not noticing or choosing to ignore my reaction. I've worked out all the finances. With your nutrition expertise backing it, people will pay premium prices. Dad looks up from the brochure, his expression making it clear he's already fully committed to this plan. You're not using that fancy degree anyway, Octavia. Might as well put it to work for the family. The family, always. The family. A memory surfaces. Me at 12 studying at the kitchen table while everyone gathered in the living room to celebrate Nala making the junior varsity cheer squad. My perfect report card taped to the refrigerator, forgotten beneath Nala's crayon drawing. My college graduation, summa cum laude. Mom and Dad arriving late, leaving early because Nala had a date they needed to help her prepare for my RDN license ceremony. The culmination of years of work, only Dr. Winters, my mentor, in attendance. While my family attended Nala's community theatre performance. Years of giving free nutrition advice to every family member who asked, then watching them ignore it or take credit when it worked. Did you know, I say quietly, setting the flyer down with careful precision, that using an RDN's credentials without proper licensing and consent is a violation that could result in fines and penalties for both of us. The room falls silent for a beat, then Dad waves his hand dismissively. Nobody follows those rules anyway, it's just government red tape. This is what family does for each other, Octavia, Mom adds, her tone suggesting I'm being difficult. We support each other's dreams. My dreams have never entered the equation. Your sister has worked so hard on this. Mom continues, pressing a hand to Nala's shoulder. The least you could do is help her succeed. Nala's eyes begin to well with tears. Right on cue, I've seen this performance before. The trembling lip, the quick glance at our parents to make sure they're watching. Family comes before career, Dad says firmly, the statement heavy with expectation. It's not a suggestion, it's a command. Mom steps between us, playing her eternal role as mediator while somehow always landing on Nala's side. Honey, we're just asking for your signature on this form, allowing Nala to use your credentials on her marketing materials. It's such a small thing to ask. A small thing that could cost me my license, my reputation, my career. The weight of their expectations presses on me from all sides, a familiar burden I've carried my entire life. The responsible one, the one who sacrifices, the one who doesn't make waves. I need time to think. About this, I say finally, knowing even this mild resistance will be seen as betrayal. The sighs of disappointment. Follow immediately, right on script. Don't let your sister down again, Mom says softly as I head for the door. Again striking like a slap. When have I ever let Nala down? When have I ever been anything but supportive? In my car, finally alone, I allow my composed expression to crack, but what emerges isn't tears, it's determination. My apartment feels too small tonight. Walls closing in as I pace from living room to kitchen and back again. I can't shake the image of that flyer. My name, my credentials, my years of work reduced to a marketing bullet point for Nala's latest scheme. The glare of my laptop screen cuts through the darkness as I type my sister's name into the search bar. 3 clicks later and there it is, evidence worse than I imagined. Nutritionally balanced meals approved by Octavia Roman, RDN. The text scrolls across Nala's Instagram page beneath. Photos of meal containers arranged in perfect rows. Not just one post, dozens of them stretching back 3 months. My stomach clenches. This isn't new, this isn't a plan, this is already happening. I scroll further, finding customer comments beneath each post. Your dietitian's protein recommendations have helped my recovery so much. Can your RDN suggest options for diabetic-friendly meals? Love that these are created with professional nutritional oversight. Each comment lands like a physical blow. 3 months of my sister selling meals under my professional stamp of approval. 3 months of potential liability accumulating while I remained oblivious. My phone buzzes. Dr. Winters, my mentor from UCLA's nutrition program. Octavia, I saw your sister's meal prep ads on Facebook. Tell me that's not your RDN license being used without a proper business arrangement. My throat tightens as I answer. I just found out today. This isn't a small matter, she says, her voice uncharacteristically sharp. The board takes credential misuse seriously. Fines start at $5,000 and can reach $10,000, not to mention possible license suspension. I never agreed to any of this, I say, hearing the desperation in my voice. The board won't care if you knew your license. Your responsibility. Dr. Winters pauses. You need to shut this down immediately. After we hang up, I dive deeper into Nala's digital footprint. Her business page reveals meal preps priced at $14.99. Each. A quick scroll through her weekly orders shows at least 200 units moving every 7 days. I grab a calculator. $3,000 weekly revenue, with ingredient costs around $5 per meal based on her simple recipes. She's clearing at least $2,000 in weekly profit using my credentials without my knowledge. Without offering me a penny, a text from Marcus, a trainer I collaborate with at the gym, pops up on my phone. Client. Just asked if I knew about your sister's meal service. Said your name was all over the packaging. What's going on? Before I can respond, an email notification appears from the LA Health and Wellness Expo Committee. Octavia Roman, we'd love to feature your nutrition expertise at our upcoming event. The pieces fall into place with sickening clarity. The Expo is a major industry event. Nala isn't just using my credentials, she's banking on industry connections she doesn't have. I find my parents' Facebook pages next. Mom's latest post. So proud of Nala's entrepreneurial spirit with her new meal prep business, creating jobs for the family, jobs for the family. The phrase triggers a memory from Sunday, Mom casually mentioning I should volunteer some time for meal packaging. Another scroll reveals Dad's post, my daughter's professional meal prep service, nutritionally designed by a certified RDN in the family. My hands shake as I close the laptop. The family conspiracy is deeper than I realized. This isn't just Nala. It's all of them building a business on my back while expecting me to carry the liability. I grab my keys and drive to Nala's apartment without calling first. The surprise on her face when she opens the door quickly morphs into defensive irritation. You could have texted first, she says, blocking the doorway like you could have asked before using my RDN credentials. I push past her into the apartment kitchen where meal containers line every surface. Stickers with my name and credentials sit in neat stacks beside them. I need these removed immediately, I say, picking up a sheet of labels. Of them, every mention of me, my credentials, every claim of RDN approval. Gone by tomorrow, you're overreacting, Nala says, crossing her arms. It's just marketing, it's fraud, I counter, and it could cost me my license. Nobody cares about these technicalities, she says, echoing Dad's dismissal. The licensing board cares, the health department cares. I pull up the regulatory guidelines on my phone and thrust it toward her. Fines start at $5,000 and can reach $10,000, plus potential license suspension.